I just, for some reason, I just always thought they were gross.
Mm-hmm.
Never wanted to try them. Whatever. And me, you know me, I eat fucking everything.
Yep.
Fucking chicken feet, chicken dick.
What?
We're just gonna start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost was when I was in church drinking.
Like, they're two dumb dudes. Welcome to the latest episode of Sarath and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. Yeah. You watched it? What did it stick in your brain? Because like, I'll be honest, it took me a little bit to like, not a little bit, but like I was actually like really thinking deep on this movie, which I didn't expect.
Yeah, there was some deep parts to it, but where was I? Last night was a rough one for me too. Or yesterday.
That's a common occurrence in the Chris Brown household.
Oh shit.
rough
day rather. It's a long ass day, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, with that being said, welcome to the latest episode of Sarath and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. It's your boy Sarath, aka Makazi.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red 4 Delta. What's going on, everybody?
Well, I mean, what's going on with that hair?
Oh
man,
shit.
You letting it all go.
After Wakanda Forever, I was like, I'm going all natural.
Bro,
Nothing but juice and berries and Rick James.
You look like Aunt Lisa from down the street.
Aunt Lisa. Oh man.
You got that one lady on the street that's everybody's auntie who always have the bandana on.
Hell yeah, always got a rag or something tied around their head with the poof on top.
Some house shoes.
Hell yeah, and the long ass gown. Oh man.
And when I lived in East Springfield, we never had a lady like that, but I used to go down to Acme Place, and Acme Place was all Puerto Ricans. They all lived down. And there's one lady, and like her name was Wanda, and bruh, I'm not gonna attribute the gunshots to her. I just know that, you know, a lot of times you'd hear a voice, you hear the voice, then you hear the gunshots. I'm not gonna say they connected.
Okay, that's interesting.
Maybe just firing that. I don't know. That was a long time ago.
It's firecrackers, man.
Yeah,
every day was the 4th of July in her house. That's what it was.
Bro, I mean, so I was talking about East Springfield the other day, and I was saying that like that's where East Springfield is where I fell in love with empanadas. Because there was this dude he used to walk around. He had this big tub, and he had homemade empanadas in there. He'd walk around the neighborhood and he'd knock on everybody's door, and he'd sell them door to door. And I'd be outside in the cul-de-sac, playing fucking basketball, all of us, and then we'd see him coming along, and everybody would buy like 3 or 4 empanadas. And like I was just thinking about it because like that type of like work ethic, that grassroots, like building up your business, it was so dope to see.
Oh yeah, people really do it no more now. I mean, everything's now on Facebook or social media.
Yeah,
but those people that would sell, was it lean bay?
Yeah, lean bays.
Yeah. Shit.
Get the lemon, get the watermelon, coconut lean bays.
I remember the little Puerto Rican store down the street from my house. They was actually selling food at the back of the store, and then once they got big, they brought another building and made that the store, and then made another half of the building the actual restaurant.
Bro, I used to go there all the time. Get me 3 potato balls, some Texas pita, some Red Hot on there.
Hell yeah,
$1.50 each. Bro, oh, the good times. You know what I saw? I was in New York the other day. I had to catch a flight early in the morning, so I was staying at an Airbnb, and I was sitting there. I went outside like 3 a.m. to go catch my flight. I was going in the car, and I saw something that I have not seen once since I've moved to Florida. Okay. It's 3 a.m. I saw a lady pushing a shopping cart down the street and just had a big bag full of like soda cans that she was picking up.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember that shit because like I remember I used to do that when I was younger with my
we all did. It was 5 cents a can. Shit.
Yeah.
10 cents if you went to Maine.
Bro, I had a neighbor who would go out every day, and then on the weekends they take all their cans and bring them to the recycling center. Bro, like they used to have like thousands again. It makes you wonder like how many of these people are just tossing these things to the side. Like that's money.
Yeah. I don't think, do people even recycle anymore? I mean, they probably do, but they got the bins and shit for it, but like on their own.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think anybody really brings anything down to the recycling center no more. Going to bring it to Dave Soda, Pet Food City.
Is that where you used to go?
I used to go there on St. James.
I'm trying to think. That might have been where we went to, because I remember dropping the cans in and hearing them crush.
Yeah. over by West Coast Video, near Carew and St. James.
That might have been. I really don't remember the location, but I just remember I dropping the cans in and just hearing them shatter. And I was like, it's so cool.
Yeah, man, like I think about that now, and I'm like, man, there's a lot of people don't know about that. A lot of people do, but a lot of people don't know about that kind of life where your parents wake up at 5 a.m. every day to go collect cans before they go to work.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Grind, man. It's a grind. They would do anything they can to lift their family up from the situation that they're in. And you can't help but commend that type of
work ethic.
Yeah. What that actually leads into this movie, because this movie, is a lot about moral ethics and what the things you would or wouldn't do for the people you care about.
I'm about to say they had a different type of work ethic, but
Well, before we get into that work ethic, as always, Mr. Chris Brown, what you drinking?
Since I'm on diet mode, I'm drinking a whole lot of Jack Daniels.
You wearing black? First of all, it says "The Devil Wears Black" on your shirt.
Oh, you want to read the whole shirt? I gotta stand up for you. Oh gosh!
Don't knock anything over.
I know, right? Can you read it?
It says "The Devil Wears Black." Oh no, "Devil Wears Black," and he goes by Jack. He's really good at helping me forget.
There you go.
In your case, it should be "The Devil is Black."
He probably. Oh, I told you my philosophy when I was looking at the stars one night.
But I don't remember, so go ahead. Reiterate for the people listening.
You want me to say this shit on camera? In my distorted mind, I said, "What if?"
I've been inebriated at the time.
I know it was, but I said, "What if heaven is actually run by black people?" And that's why we're so oppressed here on Earth. And we're here to recruit the cool white people that give us a chance because they think they run shit when they really, really don't. So when the cool ones that are invited to the barbecue die and go to heaven, but oh shit, it's the Negroes. You know what I'm saying? I made it to the barbecue.
And I said, that's why y'all so oppressed down here, because everybody knows, like, man, y'all got this whole afterlife that we all gonna be cool. Like, the least we could do is just, hold y'all down here.
Oh man.
Dumb.
Yeah.
The type of conversations we have just on a whim when we're on long drives and we're just bullshitting.
Hell yeah. Jack Daniel and good old V8.
I'm still upset about the V8. I'm very upset. I told you I was driving to New York and I stopped at a rest stop. I think I was on like the Hutchinson Parkway or something like that, and they had a sign that said 2 for $5, 12-ounce V8s. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to grab one, call Chris, and I'm gonna taste it on the phone so he can see how how I react to it.
Mm-hmm.
Them motherfuckers was all sold out.
I mean, I never knew a V8 was actually that good. But then again, I still don't believe the taste is good, but I do like the refreshing feel of it, which I know is fucking weird. But
it's tomato juice.
It's no.
Bro,
tomatoes, carrots, beets, lettuce, fucking celery. There's all kinds of shit in it. Tomato juice is tomato juice. V8 is V8. Okay.
That's the shit you pour on yourself when you get sprayed by a skunk.
No, that's tomato juice.
My mom got sprayed by a skunk one morning before work.
Oh God, no.
That shit was bad.
Oh, did she go to work?
No, I don't think she went to work. But like, I was like, Mom, why'd you try to attack the skunk? He's just standing there. Like, I know he's by your car, but just yell. Like, she attacked him with like a garden hoe.
Man.
Yeah, you wonder why you got sprayed.
I told you, I learned from my experience. The reason wild animals are called wild animals because they're fucking wild. You don't know what they're gonna do. Leave them alone.
But you ever thought about how potent a skunk smell is?
I ran one over, and the smell was under my truck for at least a week and a half.
Bruh, that should be 3 blocks away. You'd be like, somebody hit a skunk. Like, where is that?
Look, that shit was. I remember when I hit it. I was going down the road, and I seen it at the last minute because it was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I thought I swerved. Like, okay, I didn't feel the bump or nothing.
Yeah.
But 3 seconds later, that smell came all up in the truck. I damn near crashed. I was like, I couldn't breathe. Like, that shit hit so hard. Like, it was terrible.
How you gonna hit the Michael Jackson of wild animals?
He didn't moonwalk his ass out the way. Shit. Man.
Well, as far as my drinks today,
Yeah, what you got?
This is so I got my ciders. I got the Storm Along Grand Banks. This is actually a skinny can.
I see.
I actually like this package. Oh man, the lighting is good today.
I'm about to say, yeah.
Maybe it's because it's nighttime. I don't know, but the lighting is good today. But it's made in Massachusetts, 12 ounces, limited to release. Why is it limited? Oh, because it's 8.3% alcohol.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The alcohol content is what makes it good or bad, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, that's the thing. Sometimes, you might up the alcohol content because it don't taste that good. So, that's the other hook.
Just go with the feeling.
But as far as my shot today,
what you got?
Drum roll, please.
All right. I can't even hear you. Holy shit. Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this?
I was standing by my liquor and I was gonna grab one for a shot, and I was like, you know what? Chris's head looking all decrepit. He didn't have a long day. Let me join him.
I had a long couple of days. Shit.
Yeah, and old Jacques Daniel.
That's what's up. Oh, speaking of shots, though, you want to see my new shot glass?
Yeah.
An old school 50 caliber casing.
Oh shit! That's a nice looking one. Is that a real casing?
According to
modeled after it.
I mean, I thought it was modeled after, but after reading the box, I think it's actually taken from the real casing and just like modified to be able to drink out of.
I'm trying to find this shot glass. I can't find it, but I gotta find it somewhere. It's somewhere, stored somewhere. But I was backstage, and Undertaker used to have like bottles of Jack around.
Mm-hmm.
And like they'd been there forever. Like Terry would hold on to it for him and stuff like that.
He'd bring them to the arena.
Oh, we just have them in our case. Like old school wrestlers, they have their vices.
I mean, well, I ain't worried about that. But he actually would travel with it, or was it on display or something?
So one of the other ladies I work with who used to make all his stuff, she would hold on to the bottle for him. And one day, one of the bottles broke. Just spilled everywhere or whatever. But anyways, the throat, it was an unopened bottle. So the throat had broken almost clean here. So I'm going to take that and just clean it up nicely because it's unopened. It's still sealed. And that throat is going to be a little tall shot glass for me.
Nice. That's what's up.
Yeah.
You got the big boy out too.
Bro, look, come on, man. You can't.
I mean, I know where it came from, but
Yeah, exactly. It ain't like I bought it. No, the motherfucker was left here.
If the fans want to know, when I went to visit my homeboy down in Florida, I brought that bottle for him at his house. So it sits there.
Exactly. All I'm doing is partaking in your stash.
Good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, let's dabble into this Jacques Daniel. If they had like a sophisticated version of Jack Daniels, right? What would the sophisticated version be? I think Jacques Daniel.
I was about to say, you're saying it. You can't go wrong with that one.
Yeah. Well, what would be the difference?
Just the pronunciation. That's why I said like a French version.
No, but like would the packaging would be different, or would it still look the same? But like, what would make one Jack and one Jacques?
Unless it's Joch maybe.
No, I mean, but what is it about the liquor where this one is Jack, but this one is it's same brand, but this one is Jacques? Like they got the Hennessy and the Hennessy VSOP.
Yeah,
it's like what would make it? What would you do to this?
Only thing I could think of is they find a pure source of water because they make it from the well water. That cleans itself. Is it well water?
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know.
I know it's a pure source of water though. That actually cleans itself and everything.
Yeah, they should make it from they should take like bottles of Fiji water.
Do you think? You know what? That would be interesting. If Fiji water is more pure than the pure water from the Jack Daniel's distillery.
Yeah, it's Jacques Daniel. That's his Fijian cousin.
That would be interesting. Oh man, let me get shake up my vegetables. You need to be drinking some of this shit. You need more vegetables in your system.
First of all, I couldn't find it. I told you it was sold out.
Any gas station has it.
Second of all, I got my fruits.
And it cracks like a beer.
See the apple?
You know what? We had this conversation last time for the fans. Apparently, he's Martin Luther King and I'm Malcolm X. You know, Goku and Vegeta, we're opposites, but we're teammates. You know what I'm saying? So you see, he's got a can full of fruit.
Yeah, you got a can full of veggies.
Comma, and I got, and I got vegetables. Oh man.
Oh shit! It took a second for me for that to hit.
After I said it, I really, that's why I was like, pause it. Not all right. But I want to go with this.
And just so you guys know, I hate Jack unless it's in my Coke or Diet Coke. So this is just you know.
You got the ugly face going on the red. You said,
bro, I'm literally doing this for the man in black. That's it.
Yeah,
the man in black. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh. No. No. Oh no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Maybe we're gonna do the Harlem Shake.
I just don't like that.
It tastes good with a V8. I'm actually surprised.
No, man. No.
Sip your fruit drink.
That's what I'm about to do.
Go ahead and do your.
Actually,
I knew it. The bunny wrap was coming.
It's actually pretty good. It's dry. It's not overly like sweet or nothing like that. This is actually like if you pour this in like a champagne glass, I think people are like, oh, you know what? This is just a different champagne.
You know what? You should. You got the champagne glasses?
No.
See, even
I got stemless wine glasses, but I don't have any champagne.
Oh, okay.
Right, you think I should pour one into my stemless wine glass?
I said mine make it look sophisticated.
All right, I'll drink with some class. Hold on. Well, while I'm drinking with class, why don't you just tell these people or the people listening what movie we watched this week?
Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. The movie that we chose this week was Bad Guys on Netflix. A movie that's animated, based around based on all the bad guys from storybooks, movies, like the Big Bad Wolf, things people are scared of, snakes, spiders, sharks. So every predator pretty much on the planet is the bad guy in the movie, or the main predator, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it was Sarath's choice as he pours his sophisticated drink of.
You see that?
Cider. That's just a dope glass. I'll give you that.
Yeah, you got your brother got class. Brother got class. But the only thing I got that's classy, but I got class.
Hey. There you go.
Look at that.
What is that? JCPenney Spring Catalog, page 22?
Girl,
Summer edition? Or not, just the Spring Catalog.
Spring Catalog?
Is that Rush Hour?
Yeah, Rush Hour 2? Slow down, baby. No, it's not right.
Oh, man.
Dude, the Rush Hour movies, that's us right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is Rush Hour right here if, we was like, had $2,000 to make the movie.
Okay, hold on. Before we get into it, I already explained Bad Guys, but since we're on Rush Hour real quick, we referenced this many times before, so it's kind of nothing new. But what is your favorite line from Rush Hour, if you got one?
I'm not punk, bitch.
That's
Chinese food, no soul food here.
That's your favorite line?
Yeah, I ain't no punk bitch neither. I'm not punk bitch.
Oh man, I have to say mine is at that same scene when they're I think on top of the roof, and he was like, "I'm tall, dark, handsome, and you're third world ugly."
Yes, I'm not. I'm cute, like Snoopy. 2 feet taller than you.
Oh man,
I think I like the jokes. I think Rush Hour 1 is a little more raw, but I think the jokes are crisper in Rush Hour 2.
Yeah, the jokes didn't feel forced, but I guess that's what you get when you got an actual comedian and a person that makes comedic movies.
Yeah,
and that's great magic on TV.
When he goes, we could have been something special, but you one crazy bitch.
Oh man.
Oh, shit. Yeah. No, that dude, that when I saw the first Rush Hour, I'm a Jackie Chan fanatic. Rumble in the Rumble in the Bronx. Rumble in the Bronx is like a top 3 action movie all time for me.
I remember when that came out. I think I was in the 4th grade, and everybody was like hyped up about seeing it because I didn't know Jackie Chan had been away before then. Yeah. But I think that was his first like American break with that movie.
Yeah, that was his first like first American movie that got released in theaters.
Okay,
I believe he had this old movie called The Protector that was released in the 80s, but like, it was okay. But yeah, Rumble in the Bronx.
And then finally he did his own stunts. He's like, yo, he's shitting on everybody. You know what I'm saying?
The bloopers at the end.
That's what made the movie. Made all the movies, the bloopers.
I posted this blooper from Rush Hour 2. You know when he breaks into the house? Not he breaks into the house, but it's the first one. When he goes into the house, when he's trying to get to the Chinese consulate, but Chris Tucker won't let him get there, and he finally goes there and sneaks in through the second floor window.
I have an idea.
But he takes out the guys at the gate, climbs over the wall. He climbs a tree and goes in through the window.
Yeah.
So there's one part where he pops up and he has the gun. He just goes, "Jeez." Everybody starts laughing. And he goes, "What?" And he goes, "Freeze." Oh, freeze.
Oh man.
All right, but yeah. Okay, so this week's movie, obviously Chris talked about it. Bad Guys on Netflix. And I'll tell you, I think the reason why I went with this is one, because it's a newer release animated movie on Netflix, and I feel like we hadn't done an animated movie in a while. You know, maybe we did The House. That's our first episode, but like I feel like we hadn't done a CG animated movie in a while, so that's one of the reasons why I gravitated towards that, because I actually had a different movie in mind that I still want to do, but I don't know, for some reason I felt like the name Bad Guys.
Well, I actually wanted to see the movie. I remember seeing the preview for it, but I couldn't remember what streaming service is going to be on, and then I kind of forgot about it until you brought it up.
All right, so I actually read about this movie, and I think this movie was actually released in theaters. Did you ever notice that it was in theaters? I could have swore I said it was released in theaters, and I was like, I never heard of this movie.
No, I definitely heard of it, but I couldn't tell you.
No, I didn't. No, fair warning. I was rewatching our last episode, and your boy sometimes if he drinks a little too fast, it appears in the audio.
Just watch the eyes, people.
Bruh, listen. Look at me right now. I'm laughing. You can't tell the difference. You don't know if I'm laughing, crying, happy, sad.
Oh man.
Sorry, my bad. I need a cough button. Yeah. All right. So off rip.
That's really good together.
The Jack and V8?
Yeah, man.
I swear to God, I don't believe it. I just do not believe it.
Okay, now I don't know how it tastes mixed together. Oh, yes, I do, because I had it on the airplane. And that wasn't bad. But the shot,
how'd you get a V8 on the airplane? They have them there?
Okay, you know what? That was tomato juice. It was Mott's tomato juice.
Everything tomatoes V8 to Chris. You give me some of that Campbell's V8.
They were like, what the hell? Oh man. But yeah, I think it's a smooth aftertaste, and I feel like for people that don't like to eat when they're drinking, like me, it actually helps.
I don't know. So I don't believe this. I'm gonna have to try it, but I don't believe it.
Hey, bro, I said give it a shot.
All right. So off rip, did you like the movie?
Yes.
Okay, give me just a quick why.
Well, for one, I like animation, and I actually have an appreciation for how this one was done, because out of all the animated films I've seen so far, I felt like this one was cutting back and forth from. Again, help me out here. I don't know the type of animation it's called, but Into the Spider-Verse had it.
So this movie was done by the same studio that Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay, but then there were certain parts where it was switched to looking like a real cartoon, and then back to that.
So like almost like hand drawn and then computer graphics.
Yeah.
So I imagine. I think that for this one, I think they might have used like that cell shading. It's like a cell shading technique that they use in Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
I think that's what they did with this. I'm not positive, but yeah. Once I read it that it was done by the same studio, I started looking for it. And I was like, okay, I could see the similarities in the animation style. What What was the last great hand-drawn animated movie you've seen?
The last great hand drawn.
The last great hand.
So not my favorite. The last great one.
Yeah.
Damn. When was the last hand drawn movie? We got to go back years.
I think so. I want to say the last hand-drawn Disney one was Princess and the Frog.
Okay.
And I think after that they stopped doing hand-drawn animation.
It went straight CG.
Sucks.
Yeah.
It's not that it's bad. It's just there's this quality to hand drawing that you just don't see.
I feel like it's more appreciated because somebody sat there and actually took the time to draw page by page and make the character act out everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
as a kid who really wanted to get into animation when I was in middle school, I'll tell you that shit is tedious. I used to draw my own comics when I was in middle school. And even that, I mean, that's not drawing, small movements all the time. So I can imagine what it's like drawing animation.
Yeah.
You ever make a flip book with the stick figures?
Yep.
I'll be on all my textbooks. I'll be making little little flip books. I'll just be messing with them.
We used to do it with wrestling people.
Oh, they do body slamming each other and shit?
Yeah, just a whole wrestling match on the corner of the page. You know what I'm saying? Oh man.
That was the fun times, man. Anything to keep yourself not bored in class.
Yeah, seriously. Man, kids don't know how easy they have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But no, so I don't know. It's weird because I watch a lot of anime, and a lot of anime is hand drawn. So,
excuse me.
It's sometimes I just have I can't remember the last great hand drawn movie that I've seen.
I'm actually thinking. I think you might, as far as Disney goes, I think you might be right with Princess and the Frog. But after that, because there's DreamWorks and
Yeah, but I don't even think DreamWorks ever really did a hand drawing. DreamWorks, their first big hit was Ice Age.
Really?
At DreamWorks Animation, I swear it was. I think the first one was
I thought they did Shrek.
I thought Ice Age came out before Shrek.
Hey, don't give me the line. No, I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Now I got to go back. I got to delve back and look at some old school hand drawn, some Goofy movie.
Yeah.
Old school Lion King.
That's Disney too, though. But I'm trying to think of all the kids that came out. Because was it Don Bluth, a producer or a director for kids movies? What? Don Bluth did Land Before Time. I think he did Thumbelina.
I did not recognize that name. That's see, you ever heard somebody just tell you some shit where you're like, I didn't know you knew that.
Hey, right. I know some things.
Yeah, you drinking, you know things.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember we was at work at Friendly's one day, and I don't know if you were there, but then I know Pete was there and Casal was there. We were playing spades, and Discovery Channel was on TV. I don't know if you were there. I think maybe it was Stan.
No, the one time I was there, I used the Geico commercial to cover up something. So I don't think I was there for this one.
Nah, so we're sitting there.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Exactly. I got halitosis.
Oh man.
No, so we're sitting there playing spades, and all of a sudden we look up and Discovery Channel's on, and it was, I forget what was on, it was just some C thing. And Casal, that's my cousin, my older cousin. He not the brightest bulb in the lamp store.
Yeah.
To be, perfectly honest. He looked up at the TV and he goes, "Huh, that's a beluga whale." We were like, "What the fuck? How do you know what a beluga whale?"
Oh man.
I don't know why that shit makes me so laugh so much, but
because he looked like one.
Yeah. He looked just like Shrek.
Yeah, he really do.
To a T. You paint that motherfucker green, put some weird ears on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dress him up like an archer. Now he look just like Shrek.
Man.
But yeah, okay, so the bad guy. So was it just because the animation style? That's why.
Oh no. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I actually appreciated it. Just looking at the style of it. Yeah. But I liked it. I mean, like I said, I like cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like cartoons can tell a deeper story without being so deep because they're colorful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's exactly why I like this movie. I like this movie because I mean, I said it earlier, but like this is one of the movies where I sat down and actually thought about it a lot. Thought about the deeper meaning behind it, and I'm like, you know what? This is exactly what like children need. It's deep life lessons told in a digestible way. Because like some adults they'll just write off a movie like this. Yeah. If you sit down and actually watch it, and you're actually you're paying attention to the story that's being told and the lesson that's being taught. Like, most kids, that'll enter their brain and they won't even know it. And now it's a lesson they can then take and move on through life. And that's why I like. That's one of the reasons why I love animated movies, because it's just accessible to younger kids. People assume that most animated stuff is going to be for kids. 9 out of 10 times they are, but like you watch them and then they allow for these deeper lessons to be told in a much more digestible way.
Yeah.
Like, you ever seen Inside Out?
That is a great movie.
Yeah. It's so good. And like could you imagine a kid trying to watch a live action movie that was trying to tell that same story?
Nah. Hell no. But you know what's funny? I don't even think kids have understood that movie. I think there was more adults than anybody.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think that's what they do. I think Pixar makes movies that like, kids are going to like the characters. Oh yeah, this person said this and that, but like as an adult you watch it and like, oh, this is some either dark or like some very like, potent shit that they're teaching.
Yeah. And I mean, talking about Inside Out, that movie just made me think about, as an adult, how much my way of thinking changed as I got older.
Yeah.
And not because, I got older and I'm progressing. You get older and realize what you thought something wasn't. What you saw something shatter before you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And how you had all like these memories, imagination land, what was it? Whatever, critical thinking, imagination, whatever. And how at the end of the day, I really feel like people that don't know how to mesh those together live in that separated space in their mind.
Yeah.
Versus when you actually reach that point as an adult, which I really think a lot of us don't reach it, when you can mesh all those together and learn how to do critical thinking while being in imagination land, while watching sports, like meshing them all together,
Yeah. Allowing like both halves of your brain to work together versus just tapping in whenever you need it. Yeah. I think like a lot, especially and that's kind of the best part about animated movies. It's kind of like, you're using your imagination, because you got to tap into that in order to believe what you're being shown. But then like using that critical thinking element of your brain, because you're breaking down these stories that are being told to you. Yeah, I know. I really like this movie. After thinking about it for a little bit, I really like this movie. There is one aspect that I don't like that we can get into after.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. So in the scheme of like animated movies you've seen, like, where does this rank? Do you think it ranks high, low, mid?
I'd say mid.
Yeah.
Because I would definitely watch it again, but I know I've seen a lot better movies.
Would you have gone and watched this in the theater if you had the opportunity?
I would have had to see a good trailer that sold it really well.
Yeah. Why? No. What is it about it that like didn't really like pop off to you at first? Like, why wouldn't you be like, oh yeah, I'm going to see that shit?
I remember watching the trailer, so I don't remember it completely, but I remember watching it, and I felt like the trailer was geared more towards kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't watch that unless I go route for kids. Like, hey, I need you three. You know what I'm saying?
Kidnap some kids for a weekend. Like, I really want to see this movie.
Just for
I need an alibi.
Yeah, for real. Oh man, that's what I felt the trailer showed. But after watching it, I felt like it was a good family movie. You know what I'm saying? Not just for kids.
Yeah. Same with me. I think it was in the middle tier. Like, I don't know if I would have went to see it in the theaters, but if I saw it again, I saw it on streaming, I'd definitely watch it again.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to just pick up on a couple more things, you go back and watch again, because it's not that deep of a movie, but it's a pretty deep movie when you really break it down.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So first you got the main cast, which is you got the big bad wolf. You got the shark.
Jaws. Pretty much.
You got a snake.
Yeah. Piranha.
Piranha and a tarantula.
Yep.
And so of those 5, can you rank in order of scariness?
Are you really gonna talk to me about this horse shit right now?
Go. Which ones? What's your ranking of scariest animal of those 5? Well, 1 through 5.
1 through 5. You know what? I'd have to go shark, because if I was in the water and saw a shark beside me, knowing that I can swim, but I ain't no fucking fish, that's some freaky ass shit.
Okay, so you got the shark as number 1.
Then that's a good one, because then I gotta go piranha next, because they hunt in packs.
Okay,
and they will fuck some meat up quickly.
So your number 2 scariest is the piranha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or they go back and forth, but I feel like the shark is number 1. Number 3, gotta be the snake.
Snake.
Yeah.
You got personal bias.
Yeah, I do.
Watching the movie like,
look, I had to go sit in the corner and pray for a minute. It's just a movie. It's just a movie. It's just a movie.
You look at it like, fuck this snake. Oh no, he ain't got a rattle. All right, fuck him. He's cool. He's cool.
For real.
I just don't fuck with the ones with rattles.
Man, shit, all those sons of bitches. But, so yeah, I think snake would be 3rd. The wolf would probably be 4th, and the tarantula 5th.
Okay.
And for me.
Okay, I can respect that. I don't agree with it.
Okay.
I can respect it.
Okay.
All right. Number 1 scariest one in there.
Yeah.
Is a snake. All right. First of all, them motherfuckers ain't got no limbs. You know? I can't. That slithering.
Yeah.
That slithering shit. Nah, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I'd rather deal with a 15-foot gator than a 3-foot long snake any day of the week. Fuck that shit.
You know what? Snakes would chase you too. Because snake was going to be my number 1, but I really thought that was just my personal experience. So that's why I really tried to use some critical thinking. And I put myself.
You racist against snakes?
Fuck yeah. Fuck them slithery bitches.
I'll show you bias. Yeah, but he close to God according to you.
So. Look, I look and I still believe that. But that motherfucker jumped up a bit, May.
I know. No, I don't care if he close to God. He about to get sent to him.
For real. Oh man.
Okay, so snake is number 1 in my book. I think number 2 would be a wolf, just because I feel like I got a better chance of running into a wolf than a lot, and being scared than a lot of the other ones. Like, if I don't want to see a shark, I just won't go in the water. Yeah,
that's what. Okay, I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
But I could be home. I could be walking. I could be hiking. I love going hiking, and I could run into a wolf, and them motherfuckers is big.
See, and that's why I did my list the way I did, because I put myself in situations where if I was to run into that, and I can't see nothing scared than being in the water and the shark swimming up on you. Honestly,
I don't know.
I'd be in the Amazon and the snake come up on me.
I punch that motherfucker in the nose.
I'm gonna bite your fucking head off.
He gotta come at me. I'm gonna do that with the Bruce Lee 1-inch punch. Take that motherfucker out.
In the water,
like, well, I was just swimming by.
In the water. Shit. Yeah. Okay, Muhammad Ali.
I send that shark to his therapist. Like, fuck Asians, man. Fuck them Asians.
Oh man.
Number 3 would be. I think number 3 would be the great white shark.
Okay.
Because that's a motherfucker. That's a fucking boat. That's a boat that bites.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Number 4. Number 4 and number 5. I'm torn. I said, okay, number 4 is piranha. Because, the motherfuckers fighting packs and shit like that. But like, it's like this small. Whatever.
Have you seen a piranha in action?
No. Why would I see a piranha in action?
They are some ruthless fish.
Oh.
Look, I went to go turn on somebody's gas in Chicago. Had a big ass tank.
Yeah.
And he was like, go get that meat so I can feed the fish. And I was like, meat so you can feed the fish? And he was like, yeah, my piranhas. I was like, holy shit. Sure enough, dropped the big ass chicken in there, and them motherfuckers with the towel instantly. I was like, yo, National Geographic wasn't lying.
See, this is why we got fucking Burmese python problems in fucking Florida. It's because motherfuckers want to have shits thinking they're pets. And then next, Hurricane Andrew comes and
shit.
That motherfucker shits over. And them snakes fucking escape and go
Man. escape or flood the fish tank with the piranhas in it, and next thing they're swimming around in somebody's basement.
Fuck that shit. And number 5 is tarantula, because listen, man, I'm Cambodian, nigga. That's a delicacy where I come from.
You talked about that shit. I'll step on the son bitch.
That's a land crab. My ass is some soy sauce, salt and pepper. Come on.
Yeah. But they are scary as fuck. And just imagine stepping on that son bitch, that big ass butt, just guts everywhere. It'd be nasty.
Imagine if that's just full of shit. I stepped the shit out that motherfucker.
Oh man. Okay, so your number 1 was snake,
wolf,
shark,
piranha, tarantula.
Okay.
All right, but okay, and now this leads me into the one thing that I really did not like about this movie. Okay. This is a real small gripe, but like, why were all the main characters talking animals, and then everyone else was a human?
I thought about that.
Like, there was no other animals there
except for the
pets, the motherfucking guinea pigs.
The guinea pigs and the governor.
No, the governor was a fox, and then the professor was another guinea pig himself.
Yeah,
but yeah, all those main characters were animals, and then everyone else was humans.
You know what? Now that you bring that up, maybe that wasn't such a bad idea.
All right, explain this, because I hated that. And I'll tell you why in a sec. But where you come from?
The reason, now that I'm thinking about it, if these are supposed to be the bad guys, the big bad wolf, great white shark, tarantula, whatever, humans fear all of those damn things. So why wouldn't the enemies be humans? You can't have a big ass elephant sitting there face off with a wolf. I'll stop the shit out you. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that, but like, why in this town? Why are the only people that are like? Why don't you see other animals in this town? Because that's my only question. Because like, these motherfuckers walk and talk, and they hold conversations like, "Hey man, you go to McDonald's later?" Like, they're talking to animals, and they don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Zootopia mixed.
No, but Zootopia was mixed.
No, Zootopia was all animals, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all animals. Detective Pikachu. They're all mixed. They live together.
Who was Detective Pikachu?
You never seen Detective Pikachu?
No.
The Pokemon movie?
I wasn't a Pokemon fan.
Bruh, that's Ryan Reynolds. Come on.
Really?
Come on.
Okay.
Ryan Reynolds is the voice of Pikachu.
I even know it was a Pikachu movie.
Bruh, it's actually very good. It's actually very fucking good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's
like if they had animals and humans working together, like, and if an elephant was like the traffic cop, then, humans working around, but then these animals were the bad guys. These are the animals, because people don't say like, oh, the elephant's the scary one. So no. he can be whatever, but like, that's the only thing I didn't like, because I was just like, okay, why are these animals the only ones that are walking and talking?
Well, think of a different predator. Well, if they went with that concept, well, you never heard of a big bad lion, even though they are a fierce predator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the lion could be living in town. He could be the florist. You know? They could, like, I'm just my thing is just like, it just looks weird that literally everyone's a human except for these main characters. And I can understand it if it was just the bad guys. If just the bad guys were the only ones that were animals, but then you had the governor, who was the fox, and then
she was Captain. What was it? Captain Paul or something like that. She was a villain too.
Yeah, back in I guess, because I guess the spoiler. I guess the fucking professor ended up being bad as well.
Yeah.
maybe all bad guys is animals. You bunch of animals,
or just those ones. I don't know how a guinea pig can be.
Hey man,
evil, but
you ever seen them motherfuckers chew?
I mean, I did get bit by one. They got some sharp ass teeth.
You done got bit by a rattlesnake, a fucking guinea pig. What's next? A hamster? You can get bit by a fucking a seagull.
Shit, man, please. if that happened, with a picnic in my head.
What would be what kind of animal, if someone was bit by it, you'd be like, how the fuck that happened? You think of an animal?
An animal that just say I was bit by it.
If you so if you got,
like a worm bit me.
yeah, well, yeah, someone goes, yo, a worm bit me, you'd be like,
A worm.
how?
Yeah, for real, a worm.
Yeah.
How that happened?
Like
Oh
if someone
man.
said, yo, I got attacked by a pelican, you'd be like, you just be looking
That,
at the motherfucker like, what were you doing? That you
yeah,
got attacked by a
exactly. For a
pelican.
pelican to attack you, they got them long ass beaks. That shit might hurt.
They had that big ass the fucking the double chin, the
Hell
giant.
yeah. The granddad chin. Oh
Yeah.
man.
All right. So essentially, the bad guys, they're going into this that they're criminals.
Mm-hmm.
They go in, they do heists. You know, what do you think of the concept of like taking these these storybook monsters or the stereotypical scary monsters and using them as like the bad guys, you know, in the environment? Like what do you think of that concept?
I thought it was good. That's why I actually want to see it. Just the concept of okay, like the bad guys are the bad guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like literally. So
Yeah.
I thought the concept was good.
Yeah, and essentially it was like it was like it's pretty much a redemption story, right?
Mm-hmm.
You took these bad guys and you put them through something where they started to question whether being bad was the right course of action.
Yeah, because it's like they were bad by default.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's a motherfucking man. That's a great line, and I say that because like I feel like that's an element of like life now. Like
Mm-hmm.
you see somebody who's born in the projects, who grew up in the projects, you're kind of almost viewed as bad by default.
Mm.
You could be a nerd. You could be
Yeah.
someone who just puts their head down, built their own computer, but because you grew up in the area you grew up, like you're bad by default.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
that's a crazy concept. Like, how does that happen to a society? How does the idea that someone can be bad by default, like, how does that come to fruition?
The media, man.
The
The
media.
media. The media. Whatever the media puts out there is like we as human beings. I don't think we understand how strong the media is.
Go
And
on. Go on.
Malcolm X said this
I'm
years
about to
ago.
get you canceled. Go on.
I don't give a shit. Suck it. But no, the media is definitely a strong influence. You know what I'm saying? Because think about how TV is now.
Mm-hmm.
Within the last year, I want to say,
Yep.
I've seen more interracial couples on TV with mixed children for commercials
Yep.
than I've seen my entire life. Because Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? And racism.
Yeah.
So they have to the biggest outlet to change all that is what you're allowed to see. So if you're constantly looking at TV and you're seeing mixed couples and everything else, you start to visualize that it's okay to date outside my race.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus back in the day, as much as it was whitewashed. You know what I'm saying?
Not necessarily whitewash, but it's one of the things where it's like back in the day, stepping out of your culture or your race. And I don't want to say it was taboo, although it was taboo in certain spots, but it was out of the norm. I think because I feel like the United States is the first place where you had that melting pot of cultures.
Mm-hmm.
And like you go to China, they're Chinese.
Yeah.
They might be a couple brothers, immigrated over there playing basketball, fucking Dwight Howard. But for the most part, they're all Chinese. You go to Cambodia, they're all Cambodian. So, when I think about it in that sense, I understand the idea of like, races and cultures sticking by, what they know.
Yeah.
Like the United States is like the first place where you really get a sense of like, hey man, like we can all get together and we can all create the most beautiful shit in the world.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, Canal Street in New York is one of the most beautiful places in the world. It's dirty as shit and it smells like piss, but you walk down that street and you just got culture on top of culture on top of culture, and it's gorgeous to me.
Interesting.
Yeah, but now, so like the idea that someone can be viewed as bad just based off of who they are or where they're from, Yeah, I think that's just a product of, unfamiliarity.
Oh, definitely.
And
Unfamiliar, huh?
and voices.
Oh yeah, unfamiliarity and fear of just not knowing. Fear of what you don't understand.
Yeah.
The most old saying that is very true.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so I got a question for you. So, fearing what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to people, I feel like sometimes that idea is taboo. Like, oh, they're a human too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you fearing them? They're human. But like the idea of just, I don't know these people. I don't think that's that hard to grasp. Like, I don't hold it against someone when they fear or they misunderstand something they don't know. I think some people are too quick to take offense to it, where they assume, hey, you should know this already. It's like, well, okay, I maybe I should know it, but the fact is I don't. So like, you got to give me some leeway, a little bit at least.
Yeah. I mean, I think people don't give enough not credit, but enough energy into wanting to educate somebody.
Yeah.
I think people wouldn't, especially kids, teenagers.
Yeah.
If a person doesn't know something and they really know, I really don't know. You got people that'll sit there and crack on them and make them feel stupid for not knowing, versus like, okay, well, let me educate you real quick.
Yeah.
I think over here we do this. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of people are, one, they want to be the first person to instigate the onslaught, the fucking cracks and like shit like that, and does. Yeah. But then also it's like, people are so quick to get offended and then to write people off. Just being like, all right, this is an opportunity for me to be like, all right, let me just show this person what this culture is like.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't like the food, but at least they're a little more educated on what's over here and know that, like, no matter how many negative aspects of, you might run into, elements you might run into, I know there's at least one person over here who's completely opposite of that. So they're not all like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so this group, they go out, they do heists.
Yep.
They steal.
They're the bad guys.
That. So
I know a little about that.
Well, you need to steal yourself a hot comb.
Don't get it twisted. This is straight softness right here.
I don't know. You look like a golden noodle.
Oh man. Just let me get my soul glow, and I'll be just fine.
Yeah. So these guys, they go in, they do heists, and then eventually they end up getting caught. And as a way of possibly they could either end up going to jail, or the professor, the gopher or guinea pig.
The guinea pig, yeah.
Is like, I want to do an experiment with them because I think they can be good. Like, that's what would you equate that to? Something in real life? Is that like a rehab center?
Pretty much. Going to rehab, going to therapy. What? Oh, you know what? I can't if I should even reference this. Boondocks, when they did the R. Kelly episode, and Huey was like, "Stop the goddamn dancing! The man needs some help. Get him a therapist." Like
because when he came to the court, everybody just playing his music and they was dancing.
Oh man,
that's such a that's you talk about fucking spectacular hand drawn.
Yeah,
that's up there.
But so if you want to compare it to real life, because that was based off real life.
Yeah,
I mean, the man deserves whatever he gets for allegedly doing whatever they said he did. You know what I'm saying? You got to say allegedly these days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can't paint yourself into a corner.
Yeah, allegedly. But
despite any kind of video evidence, you gotta.
But it's true. Don't get me wrong. If a person goes that route in life, then they deserve the outcome of it. But at the same time, evaluate them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't just put them in a can and stay there. Talk to them, figure it out.
Well,
Not saying release them, but at least get a better understanding.
like, do you agree with the idea that, like, you know, obviously you have to pay the consequences for your actions, but like the difference between someone who takes those who forms those actions because of the environment they grew up in versus someone who performs those actions because they're just fucked up. Like where are you on that, in that sense?
I think it's really, really based on a lot of how a person's grown up.
So the environment.
Yeah, it's definitely environment, because your environment's your biggest influence.
So are you a these habits are learned, not born? I mean, not known, but like learned.
I'll put it to you like this. I think I'm gonna quote something I've heard, but I can't quote where I heard it from. But I was reading something that said, of course, there's two wolves that live inside people, one good, one bad. And it's like, which one wins? The one that you feed. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you grew up in, a person grows up in an environment that might be poor,
Yep.
or might be rich, or, full of crime, whatever the case may be, as a child, you're seeing all these things, you know what I'm saying, outside your window, whatever the case may be. So it's definitely triggered something inside of you, but that doesn't mean you have to feed it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but when you got a child who grows up in an environment where, drug dealing and violence and all those things are part of the culture, just part of that, that's all they know. Like, do you hold it against them when they then go and participate in said activities, when they become a conduit for those same actions that they may have looked at as negative when they were younger?
In this day and age, yes. And I'm gonna tell you why. There's too much access that's at your fingertips to tap into something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because you come from something or you live in something doesn't mean that's where you have to be. And back in the day, unless you read a book, that's all you saw. Nowadays, I mean, who even reads books anymore unless they're digital? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
But there's I'm just saying. But there's too much out here. Like Google, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure I'll get argued down.
Yeah.
But Google made smart people less smart. Because if you want to know how to be a surgeon, ideal thing is to go find a surgeon and talk to him, and what you have to do and everything else.
Yeah.
But if you really want to be a surgeon, you can do the groundwork yourself.
Yeah.
Googling it.
Yeah.
And then understanding what you need to do, and then go do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it still helps if you have a personal influence, but you really don't need it these days.
Yeah. It's so okay. For example, if you want to build a chair, you can. Back in the day, you had to go take a carpenter class. You had to have someone, be an apprentice. Someone teaches you how to use all this equipment, whatever. Nowadays, bro, pop on YouTube, 15 minutes, and they'll teach you how to make a chair. So there's access. There's so much access to information nowadays that sometimes when I see someone who is partaking in like a lot of negative activities, I'm just like, oh, you just didn't want to.
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And in that case, you kind of deserve the consequences that you get.
Yeah, because in this day and age, there's so many people making money out here doing some of the stupidest shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, reaction channels, which I would love to start up, but a reaction channel is, those are some of the biggest channels on YouTube right now, and that's literally watching videos that other people have already made and just going, "Oh shit! Oh, you see that bitch's booty? Oh shit!" Like stuff like that.
Yeah. Stupid as shit, and people pay money for that. People got GoFundMe pages.
Yeah. I had an interaction with someone who had a GoFundMe page, which there's nothing against anybody who has a GoFundMe page, but don't try to come at me with any heat. And you got to GoFundMe page for something, because I'm going to clown you. Look, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's because you got to try to take care of your ingrown toenail. I'm going to clown your toenail.
Look, man, if you need it for a real purpose, like the only GoFundMe that I seen that was worth it, that made social media, was the dude that worked at Burger King for 30 years, and he retired, and they put a GoFundMe, and people gave money because they felt like he deserved something.
Yeah.
The man, even though, okay, let me make sure I say this correctly, because I don't shit on nobody that works. I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no job better than the other.
Yeah, there's no.
Okay, I'm lying. Shoving the shits ain't what I want to do.
Yeah, but
I would if I had to.
I'm not beneath it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
What I would like to do, but I'm not beneath it. Go ahead.
So for the man to work at Burger King for 30 years faithfully, I mean, ain't no telling what kind of bills he had, kids, whatever. But if he got to work faithfully to take care of whatever he had to do, and it's time for him to retire, then he deserved to go GoFundMe page. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because even though it was no corporate office or 401k, whatever, he still put in his time to take care of his responsibility.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, Burger King should have did something for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's me.
I don't mind GoFundMe pages just because like I like the idea of, hey, I have this idea and no one else wants to get behind it. Like, and I went through the other measures and no one wants to get behind it, but I believe in it. And I'm asking you guys to believe in me too. And you know, now they're talking directly to the people who may benefit from whatever I'm working on.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if you can help me out, like, you know, we can work, and it's a whole, you know, this photosynthesis of like help in order to get this thing off the ground. Like, I love that, because especially with the internet nowadays, man, like you really don't need a lot of big businesses. If you want to put, if you're willing to grind and put the work in, yo, you can make money doing the things you love. You just got to understand that some of your things you love or whatever you want to do might be so niche that you got to put in a lot harder work than other people.
Yeah.
But if it's what you love, then go do it.
It don't feel like work. Honestly, if it's what you love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you want to just go take pictures of flowers every day, you can start an Instagram page. You can like get it up on like, you know, sell it as like, you know, to people to license it to people to use and shit like that.
Excuse me.
Yeah. All right, but anyways, all right. So these guys essentially are trying to go through rehab. Before that, Big Bad Wolf, who's like the leader of this group, you know, he has a situation where this old lady's walking down, you know, the stairs. He's looking at her pocketbook. Yeah. This lady got bands, and he's thinking about taking it. First of all, I would have took the shit. No, I wouldn't have.
As a master thief, I'd have took it.
Yeah, man. Listen, if you're a master thief, that should have been easy.
Yeah, but she almost fell, and he was holding on to. When he snatched the purse, she was holding on to it still, and they're stuck. Like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
Would you like? Okay, so if you walking down the stairs and an old lady falls, what are you doing?
I'm a helper. That's you know what? Look, you seen what I saw. We was at Friendly's that one day.
Which one?
What do you mean? Which one? The only Friends we worked at.
No, I mean, what happened?
Where the lady was walking across the parking lot, and she was carrying some bags, and she had a limp or something like that. And I ain't gonna say who else was there because everybody didn't run. Yeah. But me and you were standing there with some other people, and the lady fell over, and you know we took off to go help her. I know you remember this shit. Yep. Okay. Yep. So of course I would help her. You know what I'm saying?
I would too. I might have one or two giggles going at the same time. But
man.
Oh, snap, you good?
Oh man.
Bro, imagine saying that to like a 65-year-old lady. Oh shit, you good? Like, you know something went wrong if you gotta say you gotta ask an old lady if she good.
Hell yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, so he does this good deed, and that flips a switch.
Yeah.
In his brain, like he gets this endorphin rush. His tail starts wagging, and it's that taste. You know that thing. It's that thing that drug dealers talk about. Once you get the taste, hooked.
Yeah.
And he got a taste of what it's like to put energy into helping people, and it made him feel good. And at that moment, he began to question everything that he had worked his whole life for. I mean, that was one of the dopest parts of the movie, because I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker's he's at an impasse. He's like, do I keep going in this direction that I've been going my whole life, that this thing, the only thing that I know, or do I, you know, chase this feeling that in my heart I know is gonna bring me goodness, like gonna make me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking crazy like situation to be in.
That goes back to what I said about what do you feed? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're giving negativity, like you go rob somebody, and you're like, oh snap, yo, we got $10,000. You got that taste. Oh, let's get 20. Let's get 30. Let's get 50. Let's get 100. You know what I'm saying? And then it's the same concept. So what was that movie we watched? It's the opposite side of the same coin.
Which movie was that? It was
recent. I don't know. I don't know if it was recent, but it was a Western movie that we watched. You know what I'm talking about, though, don't you?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm sure.
Okay, yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Fuck. God damn it. See, this is what happens when we watch a lot of movies. They all blend together.
Yeah, but that's what it is. The opposite side of the same coin.
Yeah.
He just never what happened was nobody ever fed his good side because he was the big bad wolf. Yeah. So from the big bad wolf, let me be the big bad wolf.
Yeah.
But somebody, that old lady, even though it was a scam, as you watch the movie, gave him that little touch of good. He was like, wait a minute, that's what that feels like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then later on in the movie, you know, he gets into an argument with Snake because, you know, the snake is really fighting against that. I feel like that's a very true reaction because there's a lot of people nowadays who are just fighting against going against what they know. Like they're so used to going this one route, even though they know this one route is going to eventually lead to a bad place. But it's all they know, so that's all they focus on.
Yeah,
and they're fighting against it just to hold on to that. And I feel like it's just a common thread in modern culture. You know, so many people are just so used to they're so used to what they know that they just don't want to branch out.
Yeah,
and you know, for me, like I experience it a lot with food. It's that simple. Food. A lot of people will look at what you eat and they'll turn their nose up at it. Not because they don't like it, because in their view, that's gross and they don't want to try it.
Yeah.
And it's such an like I don't want to say I get angry at it, but it's to me it's disappointing.
It is because you're in my opinion, in talking about food, you're doing yourself a discernment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're not allowing yourself to expand.
What's a food that you had that really like blew your mind? Like, oh, there's more out there in this world besides what I already know.
I want to make sure I really get this right because I got one that's top of my head that I reference all the time, and now if I get the chance to get it, I get it every time because I like it. But I want to say it's the first time I had cow tongue.
Cow tongue?
Yeah. Because I never thought I'd have it.
Yeah.
And it just like, who thinks of eating a cow's tongue? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then once that son bitch hit that hot plate and it started sizzling and put them sauces and juices on it. Look, and you know what sucks about it? The only time I can find it is at an authentic Mexican spot. And that's really about it.
Well, I mean, you can also come to the Korean barbecue spot and get some beef tongue. Yeah.
That's where I first had it. But yeah, that was the one thing I had that ever like once I had it, like
them lengua tacos.
And I tell people all the time, like, I'm not eating that. And like if you think about it, it's still beef.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's crazy?
You know how many people I tricked into giving a beef taco, a lengua burrito or taco? There's some good steak. They finished it. That was a steak, homie.
Why you make that face?
because it's funny because the same people that are shitting on it, like I'm not eating that shit. I'm like, all right, like, and then you know, I'm a patient asshole, and I'm not afraid to admit it. When the time comes through, hey, I got you a burrito. You want one? What is it? Oh, steak. I got the same thing. Okay, cool. It's good. Texture a little different. Oh yeah, it's a little softer, right? Yeah, it's good though. You get done. That was cow tongue, homie. What the? It was good though, right? Yeah. Okay, shut the fuck up. You can cry all you want, but you enjoyed it.
Dude, that happened to my mom, bro. I forget where we were. We were eating something, and I want to say it was snake.
Holy shit.
I want to say I had some rattlesnake or something. My mom was eating it. She was grubbing. She was like, "Oh yeah, it's good." And then we told her what it was. She goes, "Oh, ah." She pulled it out her mouth. I'm like, "Mom, Mom, you eat like beef tongue. You eat all these weird things, and you're gonna sit here and just it's snake. That's it."
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think so. This is gonna sound real random, not random, but like real, like simple. But I remember the first time I had a raw oyster.
Really?
Yeah, because I just for some reason I just always thought they were gross. Never wanted to try them. Whatever. And me, you know me, I eat fucking everything.
Yep.
Fucking chicken feet, chicken dick.
You fucked me up with that. You fucked me up with that one. Oh shit. Oh.
Combs, fucking like duck beak, all that shit.
Oh man.
I'll eat whatever, but I never had a
chicken dick. How the fuck is chicken dick? Who the fuck says chicken dick?
Bro, hey, listen.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna be real. Tastes like chicken.
Oh my god, yo, over here, I'm in tears, for real. Holy shit. Oh man.
But so like I eat all these weird things, and I remember it was Thanksgiving 2013. No, maybe 2012. I had moved to Florida. You know, we were down there. We didn't have money to get back to Massachusetts for Thanksgiving, so we ended up meeting up a bunch of friends, and we went to the Hard Rock Casino in Tampa, and they have a dope ass buffet there. So at the buffet, I was sitting there eating food, whatever, and then one of the guys, he kept loading up on freshly shucked oysters. So I was like, you know what? I've never had one before. Let me try this. So I go in there, I take one, I slurp it down, and that, I swear to God, the brininess, that saltiness, that flavor, I swear to God, I sat there, I was just like, and it unlocked this other set of taste buds in my mouth. Yeah. And ever since then, it's just like, yeah, like just don't write anything off. That's it. Just don't write it off.
Nah, like I can't tell you the first time I had oysters. I remember having them as a kid. I do got to give my mom credit. She was very, very she was cultured enough. I'll put it to you like that.
Okay.
Because she, loved seafood. She loved Jamaican food.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico was right down the street. You know what I'm saying? So I was exposed to enough different food to make me want to try other different foods. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I can't tell you the first time I had an oyster, but I know I was a kid when I did.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know how you like yours, but I just like the simplicity of it. Just a little lemon, and I'm good to go. I don't need nothing else but some lemon.
Yeah, I'll experiment with like different things. Like I like doing the cocktail sauce with some horseradish, putting it, just with some hot sauce on a cracker. I'll do all those, but like it's to the point now where I'm like, man, I get the idea that you can cook an oyster and do all these things, but just give me mine raw with some lemon.
Yeah, I don't want to cook them.
It's just like lobster.
I like it raw. Say it. Shout out to old dirty bastard. Oh man. Yeah.
It's like lobster. Like lobster. Like I know people who like stir-fried lobster and all these different things, but like, dude, I just want my lobster steamed or boiled in salt water with some butter. That's it. That's all you need. Or a lobster roll. Other than those two, you miss me with all that bullshit. Yeah. All right, so these guys are getting a lesson in what it means to be good, and they're not really like understanding. What happened after this? Because I'm gonna doze off a little bit.
Well, they end up, because after he saves the lady, they get arrested.
Yeah,
they get caught, which I thought was kind of funny part of the movie when the shark, they're about to get caught, and the diversion was he threw the table and threw the one on the floor and said, my baby. And then when they get caught, the trophy falls out. He's like, my baby. Oh man.
But here's the thing. This is one of the reasons why, again, this movie is very I won't say slapstick, but very like, not serious. Like, it's a shark at a fucking award show.
Yeah.
Thinking that I had a baby. And all the humans are just like, oh shit, let me help.
Yeah. But apparently he was a master of disguise. That was his great asset or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, so they end up getting caught and they're going through all these lessons about like, what it means to be good. And like one of them is trying to save a cat from a tree.
Yeah.
No one want to do it. Shit like that.
Nope.
There we go. It's the electronics. The electronics don't want me to be good. They're trying to hold me down.
That shit been doing it since we first started. You need a new wire. Or get you some duct tape or something.
So I got a different swing arm that I could use. I don't have a mark, so I don't know which swing arm I grab. I just grab whatever.
Oh, I'm gonna say just put some tape on it. Nah.
But it's the connection from the wire to the mic. So I detach it when I pack everything away. And don't judge me on how I do shit.
I'm just saying, just throw some duct tape on there and you'd be all right.
Nah, I like the way it looks. That's some duct tape out here looking like Devon Dudley's glasses.
Hey, liking the way it looks is one thing, but if you can't hear shit, that's another thing.
Whatever. It's real life. This is what happens.
It's like a chicken dick in front of you. I can't let that go.
A little horseradish.
He said, for the record, it tastes like chicken. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, so here's the thing. That's the thing that throws a lot of people off, right? So if you're eating, for lack of a better term, like, okay, it's like cow dick. And I listen, I've never had it, but I had a friend from the West Indies who had. And so if he says, oh, it tastes like beef, motherfucker ain't lying.
Yeah.
It is.
It's the same as the tongue. I get it.
I guess it's probably just a texture thing. I get like sometimes, people will eat something like, oh, it's fucking gross. I'm like, is it actually gross, or is it because it? God damn it! Hold up. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
there you go. And then you just fucked it up again.
Hold on, man.
It's loose. I'll tell you.
I know it's loose, motherfucker.
Yeah, but you keep fucking with it.
I'm not trying to fuck.
No.
Oh. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Here we go. You know what? I need a shot now. Fuck this shit.
Hey, don't mind if I do.
God damn it.
We ain't no good to this damn movie. How much? What time are we at right now?
We're like an hour and 15 minutes in.
Oh, okay.
No, I literally said I need a shot. Then I looked and said, "Fuck," because this is what.
Hey, only the first one hurts.
Yeah, maybe. I really need to solve this fucking white shit. But no. So yeah, so I had people like, they'll taste stuff and they're like, it's nasty. I'm like, is it really nasty, or is it the thought of what you're eating, or the texture? Because I understand texture. Like, sometimes slimy foods or like slithery foods ain't gonna be, all that great in your mouth, and you're just not really what you're feeling. Like, you eat some congee, which you know what congee is?
No, okay, I'm thinking something different. Nah, I don't. I think it's something different.
Imagine like a rice soup.
Okay.
But with the consistency of oatmeal. That's congee. Now, my mom used to make it all the time when I have a cold or when it's cold out. So like I grew up with that shit, so I love it. But be honest with you, if you're not Cambodian or Asian, it tastes like someone just baby birded this rice and gave it to you.
Oh shit.
So, it is what it is. But I understand textures, but then I think a lot of times it's just you're psyching yourself out.
Yeah.
You have the idea of what you're eating, and that's overtaking how it actually, the flavor.
One thing that's always helped me when it came to trying new foods is everybody around me or everybody that has already had it eating it, because I look at them like, okay, if you're eating this and you've been eating it or you ate it before and it didn't affect you, then okay, cool. What can it do to me?
When was the last time you had that kind of scenario happen in your life? We never can get through this movie, but go ahead.
No. I think I might have shared this story. I don't know if it was the last time, but I remember being the first time, or not even maybe a first time, but a time that really, really opened my eyes when I was in Korea. And I think I might have told you the story when the guy pulled off a piece of the tree and was just sucking on it. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "I'm getting the water out." And I was like, "Huh?" And he was like, "Here," and pulled the piece off. And I was just like, I don't eat tree where I come from, but I didn't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
So I took it and I tried it, and it tastes like dirt, but it had a lot of water in it, and it gave me the idea. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's like that bubblegum tree at Echoes. Look, if you chew on this bark, that shit tastes like bubblegum.
That was some lying shit,
bro. Like, so when I was in middle school and we did that, or maybe elementary school, and we did that.
Yeah, it was elementary.
I thought these motherfuckers were like experts. These are experts in their field, and they wouldn't tell me this shit if they didn't know.
Yeah.
Turns out these were some 22-year-old assholes. They didn't know shit, and this part-time job.
Look, they just got released from jail or something. Like, look, we need to go take these kids to a hike to the woods. Since you done tried to break out so many times, you should know your way through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got these motherfuckers building lean-tos and chewing on bark.
Hell yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Man, and we did it. Go fucking figure.
Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even remember what we're cheersing to. Oh, to your fucked up ass mic.
Yeah, because my mic fucked up. Jack.
Oh yeah. I mean, for everyone.
Man, if it tastes like Satan's asshole leaked.
Oh shit! Damn! Don't you compare my drink to that shit?
God damn.
No.
Okay, I feel like I've been licking fucking masking tape.
The fuck?
Yeah, you ever licked masking tape?
No. Like. No. No. I ate laundry detergent. That's different.
Yeah. You ate Tide Pods. Next, you living in the woods in Alabama getting bit by snakes.
Shit, man.
Moral of the story?
Don't wash your clothes. Oh man.
Okay, so the wolf has gotten a taste of what it means to be happy. And do something good. So then they go to the party, and then their goal is to steal this fucking, this dolphin.
Okay, yeah, it was a dolphin. Okay, yeah.
No, the dolphin was the original thing that they were trying to steal, right?
And they got caught.
Yeah. So then they're trying to steal it again, and then
yeah. Okay, yeah. Keep going.
But then like the bad guys, they do the whole thing with the band, and they're singing, and like they're getting a taste of what it feels like for people to like them.
Yeah. And they did that just trying to cover their ass because the snake got caught trying to get the code out the briefcase.
He tried to pretend to be a fucking wine glass.
Hell yeah. Oh man.
Oh, that girl, the security guard, the police officer.
Yeah.
Bro, that's who I want, protecting my neighborhood.
Yeah, she ain't playing no games.
Head of the HOA.
Man, for real. Socks pulled up to her kneecaps and shit.
Oh, she got dirty ass knuckles too.
With the Walmart boots, the roach killers. Oh man.
Yeah. So I mean, they go through that, and they've gotten a taste, and after this is when like they get caught trying to steal it again, because they're coming down. They have all the fucking lasers and all that shit are aimed at the fucking statue.
Yep.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah, because Webbs is back there, which I thought was dope. I got to give her the credit where it is, because when she's on the computer and she's trying to hack into it, and she's like, "It's go time," and like the 3 other keyboards came out, and all her puzzles. I was like, "Okay, I see you." You know what I'm saying?
That's Aquafina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that voice is very distinct to her, but like she's got the voice for.
That's my future wife one day.
Really?
Slew foot and everything.
Well, I think I think you'd be right up her alley.
I think so too. I think she seems like she's fun, and I'm not talking sexually. I think she's like a cool person. Like,
yeah, chill out. Go bowling.
You said go bowling?
Yeah, go bowling, kill ass, and pinball. Well, okay. So, what's your idea of a good platonic date?
Platonic.
Hanging out with a girl that's a friend, but like you're just hanging out. You're not really aiming to sleep around.
That's kind of selfish, I guess, because I'm gonna do everything I want to do.
So, what's your idea of a good platonic date?
Go see a movie, hit a live band spot, have a couple drinks. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Leave that and go find not even a hood spot, but a late spot with like the greasiest food you could find at like 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if it's platonic, we're gonna laugh the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like talk shit about people watch, might even dance a little bit, talk about the movie, and then just go home with a full belly full of fucking grease and alcohol and shit. Be a fun night.
I think my idea for a platonic date is like go to an arcade bar. We can play video games, drink, talk shit about the people around there. Go play some mini golf. And then go find a late night spot. Denny's is always good. Denny's. But find a late night spot and just like talk shit and just you're laughing. That's it.
Yeah. It's good to laugh.
Yeah. All right. So they get caught, and then like it turns out it's fucking whatever, but it turns out that the fucking guinea pig is a goddamn mastermind, and he's orchestrated this whole motherfucker.
Yeah.
And the whole reason is because he wants this heart-shaped fucking meteorite that looks like an ass.
Did it look like an ass to you?
No, but the piranha kept saying it looked like an ass.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I can't see it, but okay, go for it.
Oh yeah, that's good. If you're, and this is where I think, because you got to remember this movie's made for little kids.
True.
If you're 8 years old, you're looking at that like, yeah, I see it. He does look like an ass. Oh my god, it looks like a butt.
Yeah.
So he turns out to be a mastermind, and now they're trying to now they have to, they get put in jail and they have to try to, get out, but they're having a war of the words because they realize Big Bad Wolf isn't all in anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had that situation in your life where like you have your best friend who y'all been doing shit and going in one direction, and all of a sudden that motherfucker looks like he's pivoting. And you're like, yo, what you doing? Like, why? What are you doing? Why are you pivoting right now?
Yeah.
And what do you do in that situation?
Put the motherfucker in the ditch.
But do you though? If that's your best friend.
If it's your best friend, and we talked about this before, the relationship, if you respect the relationship and you value the relationship, then one of you is going to give. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you might be mad at it or whatever later.
Yep.
But you didn't lose your friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I do. I'll be honest. When I saw this moment, this is one of the reasons why I really like this movie. When I saw that moment when they had the argument on the beach, it reminded me of that night in Alabama where I had to check you or the way you were acting. And it wasn't because you were like, no one got hurt, obviously. But like, it was one of those things where it's like, hey, bro, I see what you're doing and I understand how you feel, but that ain't cool.
Yeah.
You don't have to, just because you can say what you want to say
and do what you want to do. Because I was saying, doing whatever the fuck I felt like. It did not give two shits.
Yep. just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I remember you telling me like, yo, bro, I wanted to fight you.
I did. I really want to fight, pop the shit out. Like, yo, who the fuck are you? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I paused. It was that simple. And I told you this. We talked about many times. It was the simple words of "I understand."
Yeah.
Those words right there. And I can tell you didn't say it just to like say it. You really understood what was going on with me.
Yeah.
And they had to fix. Because some people say, "I understand what you're doing." No, the fuck you don't. I can see it in your eyes. You don't understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You're just trying to think you can identify me to stop something.
Yeah.
So you're using those words. But when you said that was the pause moment. You know what I'm saying? Those two words, I understand, stood out more than everything else you said. And I was just like, huh.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And to me, that's the mark of true friendship, because if you're truly someone's friend, I feel like there will always come a point where you put that friendship on the line in order to make sure that your friend is not going down a path that you know is wrong for them. And in that sense, it was just one of those paths where I don't know if it's necessarily like wrong for you to be there, but it's like, yo, that ain't you. I know you. That ain't you. And if you keep doing that, it's not good for the old ticker.
Yeah.
You know?
That was that part in that movie The King that we watched with Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
Where he was giving orders and his right hand man was like, that ain't you. And he's like, now everybody dead. And he was like, that ain't you either. And walked out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Man,
you need that person. Huh?
I told you got good ass recall.
No, like I was fucked up for a minute. I could barely recall that even breakfast that morning at some points, but yeah, it's all coming back to me. But yeah, definitely, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, this whole movie itself is about friendship, and it's not necessarily like obviously it's the idea of, you know, being one thing and then realizing like this is a whole other half of the world that I have not experienced that I am then now experiencing, and I think I might like it, or I just want to go explore that side, whether good or bad. It's just it's about becoming a fully formed person. And that's why for me, I can't hold it against people who feel like they get to a point in their life where they need to explore the other half of who they are. Because I mean, if you try to stop them from doing that, all you're gonna do is create resentment.
Yeah.
No, and then it's one of those situations where like you gotta feel like, hey, this is bigger than you. Stop being selfish and just understand that in order for this person to be 100% of who they are, they need to go through this. You need to be okay with it. It might mean that, like, you know, some shit changes between you and that person, but what's more important? What's going on between you two, or that person being, you know, 100% who they are?
Yeah. Indeed. Matter of fact, good God,
God damn, bro.
I don't know what the hell happened.
Some chicken dick in your throat.
Nah, I'm good.
What's your favorite part of the chicken? First of all, that's a fucking. I feel very badly saying that to a black man, but at the same time, I really want to know.
Hold on, you know what? I know what my favorite part is. I just want to see what you think my favorite part of chicken is.
If I knew Chris, the wing.
I really go back and forth. Like when I get my little 3-4 pieces from the gas station, it's always a wing and a thigh.
Well, it was going to be one of those two because it was the juiciest.
Yeah.
Listen, I was at Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm not going to say who I was around, but it was like they carved up their turkey, and it was like, you know, you can, you know, this is everything. You can have that dark meat. You know, we just eat the white meat.
That's what they said.
Yeah, and
wow.
I want to look at them like you missing out, because there's a turkey wing, there's a turkey thigh, drums, all this, all for me. And you know I got fat off that shit.
He's like, you motherfuckers don't know what you're missing. They're over there chewing that dry ass breast like, you know, that shit makes your fucking teeth stick together. Shit. I hate that shit.
Jerky.
Hell yeah.
But in their defense, that white meat was actually pretty fucking delicious. I had some. It was actually really good because they marinated it and brined it for 48 hours.
Holy shit!
The motherfucker was good. But listen,
I bet you that leg and that wing was a whole was.
I was staring at that turkey leg the same way you did, Kayla's. Goddamn. Oh yeah, I was staring at the same way you were staring at Michaela's, bro.
Man.
Yeah.
Wait. I was like a dog, waiting for the drop it. Just go ahead, drop a piece. Just drop a piece. I guarantee I'm gonna catch it before it hits the floor.
Yeah. All right. So
But,
at this moment in the movie, the crew goes off and does their own thing, trying to stick to their guns. When Big Bad Wolf is like, I gotta go follow this other side of me, and I don't know. I honestly felt like weird at this point in the movie.
I mean, I think that I didn't. Well, when you say weird, what do you mean?
I felt weird as in like I've been in that situation.
Okay.
I've been in that situation where I've had friends say, all right, so for example, this is very, just not even on par with like crime. But I had a bunch of friends I used to wrestle, do backyard wrestling with. And then when I started training to be a wrestler, I was doing all that stuff, trying to like make it in the indies. And they were like, yo, you need to come back and do the backyard. You just don't forget where you came from and all this different shit. I was just like, nah, I'm good. Like I got to go do this. And it's that situation where it's like everybody that I used to hang out with and everything was going on and holding on to this thing that, they loved and that, in their minds, they were big stars in, where I was like, there's a bigger world out there that I need to go chase. And I'm sorry, I got to leave y'all behind. But it is.
So speaking of that, because I've been through something similar to that, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Okay, when does a person know, or when do you think a person knows that it's time for them to walk their own path, regardless of whatever they think, whatever they feel, whatever other people may think and feel? It's like, I've been rocking with y'all for a minute, but I need to go this way. When do you think a person realizes that?
God damn it, this motherfucking mic. I think a person recognizes it when they realize that like their every moment is thinking about this thing.
Okay.
Their every waking moment when they're waking up. So for example, like, my mom really wanted me to go to college. She wanted me to, but like my senior year of high school, all I could think about was wrestling. Literally, I almost failed high school because all I could think about was wrestling. And luckily I graduated, but it was one of those situations where it's like, yeah, I know you want me to go to college and be an engineer and do all these different things, but like, I know what my heart needs right now. I know where my creativity and what my desires, like, I know where it leads. So I got to go do this. And I'm sorry if you don't want me to, or you don't understand, but
yeah,
I think there's an innate love and obsession with whatever it is that makes a person go, sorry, I gotta leave all my loved ones behind in order to chase this. That's why when those situations come up, I don't hold it against people. When especially if I'm on the other side, if I'm one of those people who's suffering because of the choices someone makes for themselves, I have to think about it as like, all right, well, what would I do in that situation? Like, you got to understand that, like, if they're willing to give up everything in their life for this thing, then they got to really truly believe in it. And if that's the case, then you might be upset about it, but like, you kind of want them to be happy and to chase the thing they love. So yeah.
It's funny you say that, because for me, it's actually a different reason.
Go ahead.
It's not when for me, it's not when your every thought is going this direction. It's always been, I don't see any more growth here. You know what I'm saying?
Clarify, because I like where this is going.
I mean, like, if you're okay, let's use the movie for example. They spent their whole lives accepting the label of being bad guys and becoming bad guys and robbing everything.
Yeah.
But when you stole everything, then what else is to steal?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you use that scenario in real life, if you've been doing this one thing with a certain group of people for so long, eventually you're gonna wake up like, you know what? We've been robbing banks since 2000.
Yeah.
I mean, what how much more can I get? What more do I want? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, you got the other people that like, no, we got one more. And for me in my life, I've always felt like I had my fun in this. It's time for me to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think? Like, what's your opinion of people who just stick to doing what they're good at?
I think they're afraid, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think they're really, really afraid. And that's one thing that I actually humbly pat myself on the back for never being afraid to try something new. I mean, which is the reason why I got bit by a snake, which is the reason why, got shot when I was in Iraq, which is the reason why,
Yeah.
I got a daughter in Germany. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I had an opportunity to go try something that I know people like me don't always get,
yeah,
then I'm jumping on it. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? If I got a phone call right now, like, hey Chris, we'll offer you this X amount of money to go clean up elephant shit at a zoo in Australia. You know what the fuck I'm gonna do? I'm going to do it. Because one, it's our fucking Australia. I gotta go see what it's about. You know what I'm saying? If the money's good, why not? And I mean, why not take the experience? I can always come back to America. I'm American. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
why not take the opportunity? Why not why not jump on something that you've never done before? I do a lot of shit just to say I've done it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I was a cheerleader. I was a cheerleader in high school, basically because my friend asked me, yo, let's try this cheerleading shit. And I was like, you know what? Let's fucking go for it. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, other than the fact that I got cracked down by everyone in school because I went to a very urban hip, like, I don't want to say hip hop, but a very urban school. So a male cheerleader wasn't really looked at as something you want to be.
But you know what? What them jocks didn't realize is you was the closest one to the pussy.
No, I remember at a basketball game, I was out there and I was doing like breakdancing moves. I was doing flares and I was doing like backspins and shit like that.
Yeah.
You had people in the stands like, oh man, get this motherfucker off that. You man, fuck that motherfucker. They're talking all this shit.
Yeah.
And then I had friends in the stands that were like, yo, you don't know him. I bet you couldn't do that shit. Like, leave the motherfucker alone.
Yeah.
And I remember distinctly, like in my senior year, I was part of the one of the stage performances. We did Fiddler on the Roof. And I was Frumasera's legs. Now, Frumasera is like an 8 foot, 10 foot tall ghost.
Okay.
And my job was to put one of the girls on my shoulders and run around the stage and act
just
like
think
a crazy ghost.
Just think you had juice all over your neck.
Bro, listen.
I know. I'm terrible. But keep going.
Bro, that's underage. Dirty motherfucker.
Well, you was underage too, so shit.
Exactly. I'm carrying her on the shoulders. I'm not thinking about the juice.
Hold on. Ain't you like a senior?
Yeah.
Okay, so you.
No, but
you're in Springfield. You know they start fucking like at age 12.
Yeah, listen, there was girls in my eighth grade class.
Look, you can't even talk right.
All I'm saying is thankfully the girl, I was familiar with her because she was a cheerleader. But I remember doing that and just going like, because I just did it on a whim. They were like, hey, we need a guy to do this. Like, can you do it? It's like, fuck it, hell yeah. I was playing volleyball at the time. I'd go to, I'd practice whatever the play was, whatever we were going over, and then I go to volleyball practice. And after it was all done, I was like, man, like, why didn't I do this shit since I was a fucking freshman? It just opened my mind. Like, there's so much more out here. And I'm sitting here thinking about, oh, the jocks do sports, the nerds and the geeks do, theater. And I'm living in that world. I'm like, no, fuck that shit. You can be a jock and a geek. You can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you love it.
Yeah.
Fucking go for it.
Yeah. And that's what the kids these days had that we didn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's cool to sit at home and stream, which is cool because right now you're doing something that you love, and at the end of the day you could possibly make some good money doing it.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
you're lacking social skills.
Exactly.
You're not out there playing red light, green light, playing hide and go seek. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You don't know what it's like to go to the mall and try to pick up a girl. Come on.
Yeah, for real. And man, you just brought back a memory. Did you be in the mall with all your boys? They'd be like, hey, there you go, that one right there. And everybody has to do it. So it's their turn. They're like, hey, just go and say some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I was never the guy that did that. I was the guy working at the mall watching you motherfuckers do that shit and laughing at you.
Look, man, it's too many times. Too many times.
Yeah. But anyways, so at this point in the movie, they're the bad guys are at an impetus where they need to figure out where they want to go in life,
Mm-hmm.
what they want to do. And, you know, obviously, you know what? I'm just not going to spoil the movie. Go ahead and watch it. Just know that, like, you know, at this point in the movie, you come to a situation where you have to decide whether you want to be good or you want to be bad, or what's it worth to hold on to your friends, to be who you're gonna be, to be who you were going, what route you were going on, or to be who you were meant to be. Because there is that scene where they go off the ramp, which ain't gonna be a ramp, it's a goddamn mound of guinea pigs.
Hell yeah.
How does there's that many guinea pigs in the town?
Yo, why was his car so dope?
Yeah, that shit would.
Just saying.
That's that Knight Rider.
Look, it looked like a Mustang Corvette fucking.
But he told the girl, he's like, "Oh, you stole my car too?"
Yeah. Oh man.
No, it's a good movie, but more or less, like, my favorite thing about this movie is not necessarily the actual movie, but like the story it was telling or the lessons it was telling. Because it's a very digestible way of teaching kids, like, hey, you don't have to be what you thought you had to be.
Yes, exactly. And let's talk about this. Who's the biggest factor that kids that influence kids on what they think they need to be?
I don't say it's the media. I say it's pop culture.
I was gonna say the parents.
As much as I want to say it's the parents, I just know I never listened to my parents, so it's hard for me to blame it on the parents. I know my parents wanted me to be some shit, but I never did the shit they wanted me to be.
But that's what I'm saying. Your biggest because they wanted you to be something, you chose the rebel side. You was like, no, you know what I'm saying?
No, I understand that, but they didn't influence me in what I wanted to be.
They influenced you to push you to go to where you wanted to be.
I don't know. I don't know if they. Okay. I don't know if they pushed me that way. I know they wanted me to be.
No. I don't think they pushed you that way intentionally.
Yeah.
They're in my opinion, because obviously you grew up in your household. And when the stories you told me, I think they pushed you so much to go in one way, it made you go the other way. So they technically pushed you to where you wanted to be.
Yeah, but I mean, I also think it's one of those things where it's like, I think my form of pop culture, things I gravitated towards, I think they influenced me on what I thought was what I wanted to be. Okay. And the fact that my parents pushed me so hard this direction or left, that it made me go, I want to go right. But that going right meant going towards these other things that I loved. You know? And I just think that, like, I think pop culture, you know, I think it has to be very careful on showing, you know, youth what's possible, like not showing too much. That makes sense.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense, but the idea that, like, if you want to be an actor, you can be an actor, but you don't need to show, like, hey, there's all these different forms of acting, including porn and all these different shits. It's just, you know, I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but it's just a matter of, like, I think my chosen form of pop culture is what pushed me towards the idea that there's a bigger life for me out there than what my parents wanted me to be. What about you? Like, I mean, you're a fucking truck driver, which is ain't nothing wrong with that. But, like, how different is that from what you wanted to be?
Oh shit. It's a whole lot different. A whole lot different.
Explain.
But you know what's so funny? I had been driving since I was 13 years old. I used to steal my mom's car and drive all around the city.
Where's the first place you went to in your mom's car?
Forest Park.
Duck Pond?
No, I mean just drove to Forest Park. I was in a minivan at that.
So Mazda MPV?
Shit, no, it was a Dodge Caravan. Shit. 1996 edition, maybe 97. Shit, something like that. But the reason why I say that is because I didn't realize I've always been a driver, no matter what I wanted to do. Yep. Only time I'm not a driver is if I trust somebody else behind the wheel. Because think about it, when we first went out, once I knew I could trust you, you drove my Cadillac home. You know what I'm saying? Because
I mean, yeah, it's not like you were able to drive it home.
No. Okay. I'm gonna say this on camera. I've always prided myself on the way I drive when I'm under the influence.
Okay.
Now that I'm older, that shit is stupid. If you're listening, do not do that shit. It'll catch up with you.
Yes.
Take it from me. It caught it with me. $7,000 to repair my license, for the record.
Take it from me. I never had an issue happen, but I damn near came close to where I should have probably went into a wall once or twice. So,
but yeah, I've always been the driver. You know what I'm saying? I've always prided myself on that. So now that I'm older, I kind of don't find it by accident that I'm a truck driver. I drive trucks. I've driven. I got my motorcycle license. You know what I'm saying? I drove tanks in the military. You know, I basically driven. Well, I ain't gonna say every car because I haven't hit no fucking. That's a damn shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I've driven damn near almost everything. You know, so I really think that this was just what I ain't gonna say this, but driving was like some type of driving job was what I was supposed to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
What if you was a race car driver?
Well, that would be dope.
Yeah,
I gotta. You know how many speeding tickets? You know how many speeding tickets I get a year?
I don't know if you could be a race car driver.
Well, they would have liked me, but I whoop all their asses.
Right. Now, listen, your size, the center of gravity is gonna be way off.
Nope. I'm gonna have a specially built car where I sit directly in the fucking middle.
Nah, you gotta do monster. You probably gotta do monster trucks.
You know what? I'm gonna have a box of Popeyes beside me, and when the drivers come by, I'm gonna just flap it in the window. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine if they had like a hood NASCAR.
Oh my God!
Like every car
you would see hydraulics and Hummers and all kinds of shit. Look, it would be the most slowest race ever.
It'd just be hanging out the side of their car,
with all their chains on their big ass watch, like just 2 miles per hour, so everybody sees me.
Dude, every time it goes around the corner, you don't hear the cars because all you hear is their systems. Like,
hell yeah!
All the subwoofers.
They're like, "Racer, start your engines." Boom, 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 boom. Like, what the hell?
Rolling on dubs.
Like, okay, I don't know if that's engine or not, but here we go. That would be dope. If I can get to NASCAR, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, NASCAR originated from, bootlegging and moonshine.
Out of North Carolina.
So maybe that is up your alley.
Ain't that what the first racetrack is? In North Carolina?
I don't know, but I mean, I want to go to a race at some point. I know you went to Talladega.
I did.
Lucky motherfucker. I live an hour from fucking Daytona, and I've never been.
Look, I want to go back so bad. Is like I don't remember.
White women. That's just something like.
No, there's a lot of alcohol.
Okay.
A whole lot of alcohol, and it was like honestly, because I didn't understand how people could watch NASCAR on TV. I'm like, it's the most boring shit ever. Like I feel like baseball's boring to watch on TV. Yeah. And golf, you know what I'm saying? But NASCAR, that's just the worst. They go down the fucking circle. But when you go to an event, you'll never see it the same again, ever.
I'll have to check it out.
In that black and white checker flag, you understand it because them cars come by you at 200 plus miles. Yeah. All you see is black and white.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna look at that.
And it's such a dope feeling when they say start your engines. And the Talladega's half open, like it's all open, but seats are halfway through it. You still feel the stadium rumble when they hit them engines. That's some power. That's some power.
Dude, what's a sporting event you've never been to, or you watch? You're like, man, if I could go watch that motherfucker, what would it be?
Tennis.
Like Wimbledon's in fucking New York. We can go watch Wimbledon.
I know, and that's actually what intrigued me to watch it when Serena's last match or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I looked at it, and as crazy as it sounds, I didn't know Wimbledon was in New York until I watched it. You know what I'm saying? I did. I honestly did. Because New York is fucking cold as shit. Don't want to play no tennis out there.
Yeah, over in Long Island.
Hell yeah.
I want to go. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I think that's one event that I actually think I might enjoy.
Bro, I want to go to the X Games.
Oh, that would be dope too.
I would love to go to the fucking X Games.
Just
crash on motorcycles.
Is that winter or summer, or is it all together?
No. There's winter and summer. I'd rather go see summer. Tony Hawk, the fucking motorcycle motherfuckers.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, the X Games. Yeah, I would love to go to the X Games. I don't know. I don't even know if it's still going on. But I used to watch that shit all the time when I was young. I remember when that motherfucker started. They used to have like the craziest fucking. They had motherfuckers bungee jumping in canoes.
Look, remember the video games that came out with it? I think Tony Hawk Pro Skater came from like X Games. What was it? Was it Cool Boarders or Snowboarders or something like that?
Cool Boarders is my shit.
Look, That came from X Games when it wasn't it. What was the motocross water skis?
Oh, it's
Turbo. Was it?
uh,
Oh gosh, what was it?
it's God damn it! I know what the fuck you're talking about.
Not okay. No, I'm thinking Twisted Metal.
Not Wave Racer, is it?
No, it wasn't. It was something else.
Was it Wave Race 64?
It was something turbo, I want to say, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. Yeah,
But that's when X Games was like really, really hitting it everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
hell yeah. I want to do some like the BMX shit.
Yeah.
I saw this video where this motherfucker went up on the big ramp, went up, let go of the fucking bike, flipped it. So the bike did a front flip.
Uh-huh.
And he didn't. He was flying. And as it came around, he caught the bike, front flipped, brought that motherfucker around and landed.
Holy shit.
Shit is fucking magic.
Damn.
That's Thor and low-key shit.
That's crazy.
Anyways. All right, so that's the bad guys. Obviously, we didn't talk about the end of the movie, but you know what? Go on Netflix.
I think that's a good thing we didn't talk about it because it should make you want to go see it.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. It's actually and if you have kids, watch it with your kids. It's very good, and it's not a long movie, and it's a nice night.
No, I was an hour and 40 minutes, maybe
something like that.
Yeah,
but it teaches like some lessons that I think a child, when they grow older, they'd like it would ingratiate itself in the child's brain in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So yeah. Man,
so bad guys. Are we doing final thoughts?
Yeah. Okay? I'll go first.
There you go. Guess I'll take my last shot for the night.
Final thoughts. Should I take a shot with you?
It's up to you. You got work to do?
Nah, I don't have work to do. I just got a Christmas tree set up that I gotta fucking, make it look floofy.
Okay.
Listen, you don't know what the word floof means?
I know.
I got a corgi. My corgi's floofy.
Your corgi's fucking fat.
Ryu is floofy. Okay.
Your corgi's fucking fat. Your corgi's fucking
fat. You talking shit about my dog. Motherfucker bite your ankles. He wouldn't even bite your ankles. He would bring his rubber chicken to ask you to throw it.
I know, right?
No, I gotta floof up my fucking tree so it looks, nice and full.
Yeah.
And then I gotta put together my new fucking coffee table.
Oh, cool.
But yeah. Anyways, my thoughts on the bad guys is it's a very good. It's not a very good movie, but it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Middle tier. I don't think I would have seen it in the theaters, but I'm actually really glad I watched it because it has a lot of really good lessons to it that I think a lot of kids, especially kids, are gonna gravitate towards. But at the same time, it's not so kiddie that parents won't enjoy it.
I feel you.
And just don't let the fact that only the main characters are animals bother you. That's it.
Yeah. This guy.
Oh, yeah. What about you? Final thoughts?
My final thoughts on the movie is and I think this can go for children or adults. Don't let where you come from be your label.
Ooh, we doing quotes? I didn't even do a quote.
I said final thoughts, or is that what it was? Or I don't know.
Your final thoughts on the movie. I didn't say quotes.
Oh shit! But yeah, my bad. But yeah, don't let where you come from be your label. Just because you came from Southside Chicago, just because you came from Little Italy, New York, just because you came from the block where the Crips are in California, doesn't mean it has to be your label for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Be what you want to be, and as we talked about before, just don't be a shitty ass person.
Mm-hmm. My quote for the movie is chicken dicks taste like chicken.
I don't know why that shit is so funny to me. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Oh man. Oh my god. Oh man. Okay.
Listen, there's so many parts of the chicken. You ever had the coxcomb?
I know what the fuck that is.
The coxcomb is on the rooster. You know how the rooster has the mohawk?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the rooster's mohawk.
What the fuck do you do with what do you do with that?
Nah, I have never had it, but I know this dude in he's at this restaurant in Canada, and he does some shit to it. that like when you bite into it, it's a fucking cockcomb, but the texture and the taste is like a fucking Sour Patch Kid. Crazy.
Huh.
Crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah. You ever wonder if like which part of the chicken wing is the elbow?
No. Look, if my arm was the chicken wing, that's that little shit that nobody ever eats.
No. First of all, I eat those.
I mean, so do I. But I'm saying that's that little shit. And then you got and then you got the big piece.
You get the forearm.
So that's the elbow, or the big piece in the wingette meat.
Bro, I want to one of these days. I want to make a fucking some elbow pads and put it on a chicken. Just see a motherfucker walk around the farm like
throw them bowls. Hell yeah. Oh man.
All right. Yeah, we're fucking. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Oh shit. Oh no, we definitely are. But this is what we do.
Yes, sir. Well, as always, it's Sarath and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. Again, it's your boy Sarath, aka Makazi.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red 4 Delta.
And yes, go watch The Bad Guys on Netflix, and we will see you guys next week.
Yes, indeed.